Are you number 10?
Money will buy a pretty good dog, but it won't buy the wag of his tail.
Drum roll. Number 9. Number 9. Can you make your way to it?
Corey Ford, American writer, said...
Oh, hold on. Let me give you this and let's hand it along. Number 9. Here we go. Number 8765. Come on up here.
Corey Ford, an American writer, said, properly trained, a man can be God's best friend.
Yoo-hoo! Drum roll, please. What number are we on? Number... Ladies and gentlemen.
The great pleasure of a dog is that you make a fool of yourself with him, and not only will he not scold you, he will make a fool of himself too.
Drum roll.
They say the dog is man's best friend. I don't believe that. How many of your friends have you neutered?
Drum roll, please.
Maddie.
A dog is the only thing on this earth that loves you more than he loves himself.
When you leave them in the morning, they stick their nose in the door crack and stand there like a portrait until you turn the key 8 hours later.
Drum roll, please. What number are we on? Where's number 4? Number 4.
Life is like a dog sled team. If you ain't the lead dog, the scenery never changes.
Drum roll. Number 3.
Mark Twain said, if you pick up a starving dog and help him prosper, he will not like him. This is the principal difference between a dog and a man.
Drum roll, number 2. And here she comes. Let me bring it to you, dear heart. You just stand still.
I went to an exclusive kennel club. It was very exclusive. There was a sign out front, no dogs allowed.
Ladies and gentlemen, drum roll for human quote number 1 about dogs. Man is a dog's ideal of what God should be. Are you a godlike creature to your dog and his needs or her needs? Are you a godlike creature to your animal or creature's needs? Serendipity, my friends, a chance encounter. I named that chance encounter Black Beauty. It was a Labrador mix carrying a scent of a true gentleman. Dark, blazing eyes that looked to me as I opened up the gate to my house, and there stood this Steve. His dark, piercing eyes spoke volumes to me. No collar, no identification, a wounded back paw. He stood and looked to me. A dear gentleman. He was waiting, a gentleman who needed assistance. My 2 little Westie girls, Maggie and Chet, jumped at the chance to have an encounter with this fine gentleman, and they played all throughout my yard, and they romped until I was exhausted, but it was precious and wonderful to watch them. He was charming, and we shared this wonderful time, charming in his dance with the girls, and that charm in the moment. All creatures, great and small. We shared our breakfast that morning on Tuesday of this week. We had doggy biscuits and things to eat, and when I returned back after I left the house, there was Black Beauty still sitting in front of my gate. He was pleading with me to let him in. How many of us have felt outside the gate and unable to make our way in without invitation? And I began to think of who we were to our creatures. Again, we shared another meal. I telephoned the animal control and the police, finding myself yearning to assist this dog with his life. This morning, Black Beauty, day 5, was still sitting on my front step. They had not caged him yet.